Good morning. Here we go. It is Thursday, day 2, week 2. Take a big breath in and greet the day. We are having a beautiful bluebird day here. The days are getting longer. My mood is lifting, hopefully. I hope you feel that way too, coming out of the holidays. But when the days get longer, life gets better. Let's make some circles on the ceiling. One more and reverse direction. So today we're going to do some band work and weights. Good. Let's do some shoulder rolls. 4, 6, and arms out. Pull those shoulder blades together, tiny little circles. And flip your thumbs back and turn the other way, circle the other way. Beautiful. And let's roll the arm in the socket. Try to get that stretch across your upper back, across your upper traps, across the front of your shoulder. And then before your arm gets too tired, because this is tiring, let your arms come out a little bit lower and make it more of a swing. So you're still getting that stretch, just more dynamic without being so intense. Thanks. And let's do a couple of doubles. Doubles. Last set. Good. And shimmy it out. Make sure you got your shoulders so that they can pull away from your ears, so that they can work independently. You know, I don't know why. My traps have had my shoulders up here. It's taking all my effort to keep them down. So if you're there too, make sure they can work independently and you can get those shoulders down. Let's take our hips side to side. Very nice. And let's take them into hula hoops. Find that range of motion that your hips have, not your waist and your back. Nice. And it's reverse direction. And let's throw in some figure eights. And reverse direction. And down to the knees. Short little warm up. At least for the lower body. Our A's are all lower body. So we'll spend a little time here, get things warmed up, make sure everything's moving and connected. And then we'll go right into a little activation exercise and then our A's. Let's circle out our ankles and reverse direction. And switch sides. Pop, 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 circle it out. And reverse. Okay, feet under your hips, prancing, rolling from the ball of one foot to the other, heels coming up and down. One more each side. Let's take our feet nice and wide, and we'll go side lunge to side lunge. Let your knees and your ankles move and flex in this. I don't care what angle your feet are at, as long as your knees are going the same direction. So you could be completely turned out if you wanted to. You could be completely forward if you wanted to. It's whatever feels good to you right now. Each time, see if you can sink down just a little bit lower. And because we have squats coming at you, we're going to come back to center, bring our hands down and bottoms up. Let's wake up the back of your body. And then hang out in that squat. Take one heel up and the other heel up. One heel and the other. And then let's try, my feet are sliding, let's try both heels together, up and down. Okay, and roll it up. Let's get our bands. Our first group of exercises are banded monster walks. Then we do goblet squats, and we do gatekeepers, or squat jacks, whatever you want to call them. We're on for 30 seconds, rest for 15 seconds. We're going to get through it 3 times. Your band can be around your knees or around your ankles. Or next week we'll get fancy. We'll try both. It gives you a little more resistance. I'm going to keep, or you do the first exercise, monster walks, with the band at your ankles. It's going to be a little harder. Then slip your band up over your knees, because that's the best place to have it for doing squats. So we're going to do a little box step today instead of alternating. And we're going to go in about 15 seconds. So I will show you a little partial squat, athletic ready stance. We're going to side step for 2, forward for 2 full steps, both sides, side step over the other way for 2, then back for 2. Okay, and we'll see how far we get in 30 seconds, and then we're going to do it again 2 more times. Ready, steady, go. 2 over, 2 forward, 2 to the side, and 2 back. Hands are wherever you want them. 2 over, 2 forward, 2 to the side, and 2 steps back. 3, 2, 1. That worked out perfect. 15 seconds here. We're gonna do goblet squats. So weight up above your knees, or band up above your knees, grab your weight. And we'll go in 3, 2, 1. Sink it down and come up. Down and up. Nice. Elbows inside your knees. Hips go way back. Should be able to lift your toes up off the floor, so you're not pushing so far forward that you can't pick up your toes. And breathe. Up. We have 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's put that weight down. Adjust the band above your knees or around your ankles. We're doing our gatekeepers. So we'll start wide. Jumper step it in, jumper step it out. This is all we're doing. This is the stepping version. I'll stay here half the time. You're still in a little squat. You're moving from your hips. Hips are on fire, out and in. 10 seconds. My heart rate's coming up. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Whew. 30 seconds between rounds. Exactly. Give yourself a hand. And grab a drink. We have 20 seconds. So we start it all over again. It's funny how hitting yourself doesn't seem like it would help. It creates a neural distraction. Feels so much better. Okay, off we go. Side step, whoops, bend the ankles. 2, forward, 2 to the side, and 2 back. Over to the side, forward, side, and back. And side, and done. Good. Whew, 15 seconds here. Adjust your band if you need to. Grab your weight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sink it down and up, down and up. Beautiful. 3, Feel those hips working. We're halfway through, more than halfway through. By the time I say it, time has gone by. Hey, we have 5 seconds left. It's 3, 2, 1, weight down. Band wherever you want it. For our gatekeepers, we're gonna go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gatekeeper close, open. Keep your hips down. So we're not standing up doing jumping jacks. You're sinking down, working through your hips. And done. Whew. Give yourself a hand, nicely done. Grab a drink. We'll go, oh boy, in 5 seconds already. Sink it down and side step. 2 complete steps each direction, side and back. Press that heel down. Side, forward, side, and back. Side, forward, and rest. Good. Doesn't matter if you're uneven, if you have a lot of leg work coming. Mix them with upper body in our big superset. So let's hit it with our goblet squats. You don't have to go heavy. You can go light. You can do no weight. We're just activating all our muscles right now. We're halfway through. Nice. And 3, 2, 1. Put that weight down. We have 1 more round of gatekeepers. Above your knees, below your knees. Next week we'll play with building and putting a band around both. Let's hit it. 2, 3. Can't break the habit of counting. We're not counting how many reps we're doing. We're just looking at the clock. That clock, the terrible taskmaster. We have 5 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Band up. Take a whole minute and a half here. Do some hip circles. Butt kicks. Don't just stand still after your heart rate comes up. You gotta keep moving. Just loosen up the hips. Pop them out side to side. So many things you can do. Grapevines. Just keep moving. Ooh, grab a drink. Move forward. Grab your water and come back. We're gonna take a whole nother minute here before we start our big superset. Let your heart rate come down. So I heard someone describe it the other day as taking a V6 engine and building it to a V12. When you work and get your heart rate up, bring it down, bring it up, and you can sustain it. You're building your capacity for doing more work. So let's let your heart rate recover before we ask it to work again. Whew, maybe 25 more seconds. Hula hoops, knee lifts, whatever you need, listen to your body. Mine says drink more water. Okay, we are gonna start with upper body. Give your hips a little rest. So just a refresher, if it buys you some more time, if I give you a refresher, we're going to do our bent over trap Y raises, targeting our lower traps, very light weights. We're going to come down on the floor, do a floor press to a fly combo with your back on the floor. Staying on the floor, sounds lovely, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. We're going to do a single leg bridge on each side, and then we're going to come up to standing, and we will finish standing, maybe the last one seated, doing step downs, rows, and shoulders. So, where are my light weights? 40 seconds here. Bent over, hips are holding you. Let's lift. Arms are straight as you can keep them. Lifting up as high as you can without shrugging your shoulders. And breathe. Exhale, slide your wings up. Nice. Pull with your back. Let your arms be the accessory holding the weight. And 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come down on the floor. Grab heavier weights. Pec muscles are big. Let's use them. And we'll go in 3, 2, 1. Up for a press. Out for a fly. Up and down. Up, out, squeeze those weights in and down. Down, out, in, down. If you're using light weights for this, you're going to get more reps in. If you're using heavier weights, it's going to slow you down. So do as much work as you can using the weights that you've got. And we have 3, 2, and 1. Bring those weights down safely. Our third exercise are single leg bridges with your feet elevated. I'm actually going to bring my bench in for this. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. One leg up, one leg working. 40 seconds, do what you can. Focus on lifting up as high as you can. I wish I could lift higher. There we go. Pressing into your foot, working your hamstrings and your glutes. 40 seconds on one side, do what you can. 40 seconds on the other. We have 10 seconds left here. See if you can get that stretch on the front of your hip. That's how high you want to be lifting. 3, 2, 1. Lift that leg up, circle your ankle, stretch out that hamstring. We'll go in about 10 seconds on the other side. Give this foot a thank you. Okay. In 3, 2, 1, we do side 2, lifting up and down. If having your foot elevated is too intense, for whatever reason, every day is different. Maybe you've been doing a lot of hamstring work. Keep your feet on the floor. That's fine. There's no fitness police here. A bridge is a bridge. And there are all kinds of variations. 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Stretch that leg up. Give it a little rest. Okay. And we're going to go into our bent over row and fly. So medium weights, light weights, depends on how your back is feeling today. Here we go. Row, to a fly. Hips are holding you, back is strong. Spread your wings. Nice. So it's important when you're doing back work to make sure you're not shrugging your shoulders up to your ears, that you're keeping the top of your shoulder, not necessarily your shoulder blade, pulled away. And let's rest. Because it gets really painful if you're up here. Time's up. Okay. We'll go in 5 seconds. We have our reverse step downs to our arabesque. We're going to do 40 seconds on each side. So stepping it back and back, up, together if you want, or back, up, and just stay back there. You can add some arms, reach, and reach. Just make sure when you reach, you're not getting that leg lift by arching your back. It's really just the glute squeeze that we care about. So this level to be the same as this level. And rest. 20 seconds, wiggle your hips. Moving on to the other side. My ponytail is falling apart. What did I expect? There we go. We go in 5 seconds. With side 2. 3, 2, 1. And turn this way. Step it back, reach it up. Step it back, reach it up. You're doing great. We have about 15 seconds left. Got the balance, add the arms. And we're done in 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Standing, sitting, your choice. Light weights for shoulders. 6-way shoulders. We're going to start going forward. So knuckles are forward, up, out, rotate it up, bring it out, rotate and down. Up, rotate up, rotate in and down. We'll play around with the pattern today. Again, check in with your shoulders, that they're not hunching up towards your ears. 3, 2, and 1. Let's finish this one out. And we've got a minute and a half, 2 minutes here. Let's roll those shoulders. Swing your arms. Beautiful work. A lot of work there. 8 minutes. Tiny little rest. So we'll take another minute here. And then we'll get going with round 2. The top of the minute would be 7:42. Take your hands behind your back. Take your feet nice and wide. Lift your arms up and come into a forward fold. And reach it down. So for the bent over Y raises, if you're just not feeling it and it's hard, it feels really hard to hold yourself up, flop yourself over on your legs, stay seated, and lift up from here. Give your back a little bit more support than what you've been giving it. We're going to go in about 5 seconds. In fact, I will do them seated with you so you can see. You bend all the way over and lift. Just gives your torso a little bit more support. Take some of the work out of your hips because we've been working them. Of course, standing is always an option. And if your shoulders get really tired, you know, there's the old let's alternate sides. But we are done. That went fast. We're going to come down on, whoops, we have the floor press. Grab your weights. And let's hit it. So press it up, pull it out to the side, up and down, up, out, down. Use those hugging muscles as you pull the fly in, stretch and squeeze, push and pull. You have 10 seconds left. And 3, 2, and 1. We're going to stay on the floor. Find your bench, your chair, your coffee table. Our single-legged bridges are up next. And we'll go in 3, 2, 1. Lifting up and down. There's no race. Make sure you're not slapping your back onto the floor. You need to go a little bit slower to roll your back down so it feels okay. That's what you're going to do. We're still doing the work. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Three, 2, 1. Let's straighten that leg. Give it a little stretch. Circle your ankle. Gives that hamstring a little bit of recovery. We go in about 5 seconds with side 2. Okay, let's get set up and go. 40 seconds here. Get closer to the bench. Up, down. Good. We have 5 seconds. I see feet going up and down. It's good. And rest. Let's stretch the other hamstring out. And let's start moving back up to standing. We're going to do our bent over row and fly combo. Make sure your weights are out of the way. Transition takes a tiny bit longer than the other ones, going from the floor to standing and moving weights. So let's get going. We'll give you another few seconds. Up and out. Sitting back, hips are holding you. Shoulders away from your ears. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, nice, 2, and 1. Weights down. Move my bench out of the way. Shake your legs out. We're going to do our reverse step downs in 5 seconds. Gonna start non-dominant, step it back, lift it up. Step it back, lift it up. Hands on hips, so you can tell whether the movement's coming from your glute, lifting your leg, or your back arching to make it feel like you're lifting. You have 10 seconds on this side. Stay with it. 3, 2, and 1. 20 seconds, give yourself a hand. Hips are working hard today. You have 10 seconds, we'll go on side 2. Hold on if you need to. Add those arms if you feel like it. And 3, 2, 1. And the arms are like this, you're just reaching forward. A little bit more of a balance challenge. Hands on hips, hands on the wall or a piece of furniture are fine too. Build the strength, balance will follow. Good job. Do what you can. There's 10 seconds, you need more rest, take more rest. That's my mantra this month. Rest when you need to, come back to working when you can. And we're all done with that. Shake it out. Or wiggle it out. Or hula hoop it out. Okay. And we're gonna do our 6-way shoulders. Going in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go out and up, down, out, down. Don't forget to breathe. Don't hold your breath while you're doing this. Take your time if you want to go slower. Using lighter weights or no weights, I want to go faster, up to you. I've got 5s. I'm frying my shoulders. Here we go. And rest. Beautiful work. Another minute and a half, 2 minutes here. And we can do this one more time. And then we come down on the floor and we've got our core exercises. The plank, the shrugs. And I think we'll have enough time. If you've still got 2 bands handy, we still got 2 bands, we will do our, what did I call it? Bound Bug Bandit, or Banded Bound Bug, BBB. Sounds like a form of torture. So 40 more seconds, grab a drink. So we're gonna come back to our bent over wide trap raises. Last time through, roll your shoulders, wiggle them. Let's get set. Hips back and down, kind of like your downhill racer, and lift up. Nice Y arms. Not a T, not an I. We're looking for a Y. Nice. Thumbs up to the ceiling, out to the corners of the room. Abs are tight, pull that belly button in towards your spine, sit back into your hips. Don't let it go into your low back. If you can help it, if you can't help it, take a break. This is your 3rd set. We only have a few seconds left. Rest. And we've got 3, 2, 1. Good work. Okay, I still can't keep this order straight. We're gonna do floor press. So we're coming down on the floor. Going for a slightly heavier weight. Flatten your back on the floor. We're gonna press up, pull out nice and controlled, squeeze it together and bring it down. Up, out, in, down. Now make sure the weight's over your chest and not way up here over your face, which would actually serve to pinch your shoulders a little bit more. We have 10 seconds left, a little bit less. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. Finish your rep. Bring your weight down safely. And set yourself up for our single-legged bridges. I'm going to reverse my order this time. I've been starting with my right leg. I'm going to start with my left leg this time. And let's hit it up and down. Nothing fancy with this. No extra weight required. You want to lift as high as you can, as many times as you can. And that's all you have to do. When you need a rest, have a rest. You can play around with where your foot is, if you're pressing into your heel or your whole foot or your toes, and rest. Stretch that leg up, circle out that ankle, draw it in towards you. That hamstring have a little rest. Stretch it out straight. Okay. Side 2, we're going now. That clock is a taskmaster. Can't argue with it. When it says it's time to go, it's time to go. Ten more seconds. You might find yourself sliding away from whatever your foot's on. Go ahead and reset your position and rest. Stretch that leg up. And let's roll it over. We have our bent over row, rear delt fly combo coming at you. Last time through. Oops, I'm not going so heavy. Let's come up to standing, hinging it back and up and out. Halfway through. Nice work. Ten seconds. Whew, this last round is taking its time. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bravo. Put those weights down. Then we have our reverse step downs to our arabesque. This is round 3. Listen to your body. If you're tired, take a break, come in when you can, do a partial set. That's fine. Maybe make each rep last a little bit longer, stepping together, or make it harder by stepping together. I think depending on how you're built, one is going to be harder than the other. So I'm just adding a little step together at the end. Or you can just keep lifting up like we had been doing. And we're done. Side 1 is done. We're almost there. Hanging in for side 2. We still have 10 seconds. Shake your legs out, wiggle your hips. Okay, step it back. and up, down, together, back, up, together, up, together. What you were doing the first 2 sets worked for you. Just ignore the changes that I made here. You're welcome to keep doing up and down like this, at your own pace. And 3, 2, 1. You don't have to see those for a whole nother week. Oh, 15 seconds. We'll do our 6-way shoulders. And have a break. A little bit more. Okay, out to the side, in, up. Whew, we're all gonna have excellent posture after this month of workouts. Beautiful. Looking good. Up, down, out, and down, and done. Weights down. Woohoo! I'm gonna put my bench out of the way. I'm gonna come down on the floor with my water. We have 2 bands at the ready. And we're gonna take just a minute and let your back and your hips have a nice little stretch. So hug your knees into your chest. Feel free to rock side to side. Or make little circles. Stretch one leg straight. Do a little twist. We'll come back to these after we finish our core work. Now we're just getting a tiny little break. Back up to center. Switch sides. Twist the other way. Oh, that feels so good. Let's bring your feet on the floor about as wide as the yoga mat. And windshield wiper side to side. Okay. I am finally gonna take the ponytail out. We have 3 exercises we're gonna do. First is our plank to side plank. You could do this from your elbows if your wrists are tired. You want to warm up your wrists, we can do some circles now while I'm talking. Week 2, we're just gonna do what we did last week. Plank to side plank. And then we're gonna make our hands into a diamond on the floor. So your index fingers and thumbs are together, your other fingers are splayed out. And we're gonna do our protract, retract through our shoulder blades. So we're gonna be 20 on, 20 off, 20 on, 20 off. 20 seconds gives us enough time to get a band above our knees or around your feet. We can play around with this and gripped in your hands. And we'll do a banded bound bug. I wrote it down backwards. It's a banded bound bug. So no further ado, we'll get through this at least twice. Let's come into a plank. And we'll go in 3, 2, 1. All the way up into a side plank on one side. Bring your hand down. All the way up into a side plank on the other. Bring that hand down. And up. Up. Up, last one. And coming to child's pose and rest. The shrugs you can do from a full plank, from a kneeling plank, from hands and knees. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, 20 seconds here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, push them up to the ceiling. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's sit back. Let's put the heavier band around your knees. Lighter band, you're gonna hold in your hands. We're gonna set up. You're just gonna pull apart and reach. You wanna get fancy, you reach the opposite leg. And that's it, 20 seconds. It's over. Rest for 20. And we'll go back to our plank, side plank one more time. Circle out your wrists. Make waves. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. Roll it up and down. Up, down, 3. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Circle out your wrists. 10 seconds. We have our last set of diamond hand, protract, retract. Okay. So setting up, you can do this from your knees. Now, whoops, no push up. There we go. It's just the shrug. Protract the shoulder blades up to the ceiling, retract them into the spine. And we'll go for 3, 2, and 1. Oh, triceps. We're feeling that. Okay, we're gonna put that heavy band. This time we're gonna put it around your feet. See if it feels any different. And we'll keep playing with this through the month. Okay, so we're gonna press one foot out, the other foot out. Pull that band apart like you're trying to kill it while you're reaching for the knee that's still bent in. You need to rewind this and watch it a few times. Do it. You're gonna feel your abs working. Next week, we're gonna add a third band. Whew. And we're all done. Hug your knees in. No more work. Rock side to side. Front. I'm gonna change my camera so I could be more on the floor without having to worry about bumping into things. Here we go. So let's take our legs up to tabletop. Just twist down to one side. Knees should be tucked up, shoulders on the floor. And let's just hold it here for a little bit. And then bring it up. Nice and slow. Go over to the other side. Whew. Stretch out your side muscles. Up, let's go one more time to each side. Look over the shoulder or the arm that's away from your knees. And around the other way. Good. Let's start knee over knee. Pull both knees in. And then tip a little bit in the direction of that top foot. The direction's going, my left foot is going to the right, so I'm tipping to the right. Yeah, nice stretch. Deepen that hip that worked so hard for you today. And come back to center. And let's slide the ankle over your knee, same side. You're going to pull in one leg, push away with the other. So figure 4 stretch. Notice if you feel like you're twisting as you're doing this. And then we're going to bring that foot down on the floor. Butterfly the knee that's out to the side. Hold it there and twist down to the right one more time. If we're on the same side, that is. Ooh, keep this hip nice and open. And then come back to center. The leg that's crossed over the other knee, take that straight up. Circle out your ankles. Go in both directions. Pull that knee in just a little bit more. It's okay if it bends. We're going to point and flex. Hold up as high in your leg as you can. And let's switch sides. Let's take the other leg up. Let's do the hamstring first this time. So straight leg up, straight as you can keep it. It's okay if it bends a little bit, as long as you're getting the stretch behind your thigh. Circle your ankle both directions. And reach up a little higher if you can. Pull it in, point, and flex. Good. Let's cross that knee over the other knee. Hug both knees in. And twist in the direction that top leg is going. Good work today. Good work. Let's slide that ankle over the knee. So we're going to pull in one leg. We're going to push on the opposite thigh. So push, pull. It's going to might feel like you're realigning your pelvis. That's okay. We just want those muscles to stretch. Be loose, be happy. Remember, we're never going to the point of pain. Discomfort might be 6 or 7 out of 10. If it's 10 out of 10, you've gone too far. Your legs are shaking, maybe you're going too far. Okay, let's bring that foot down. Let's press that knee forwards and back. So we're mobilizing that second hip, the head of the femur in the hip socket. Holding that knee away from you. Let's twist down and keep that hip open. So we're getting top of your IT band, a little bit of the hip flexors, a little bit of the iliopsoas. So from here, let's roll it all the way over onto your belly. Make sure you have enough room. Place your hands right under your shoulders and prop yourself up. Squeeze your booty as you go. Look up. Let's get a nice big stretch across the front of your abs into your chest. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears. Then we're going to come up on hands and knees. Make some big restorative hip circles. Connecting your hips and your legs with your back. Let's go both directions. And then let's come into child's pose. Your knees can be nice and wide. Let's thread the needle and give your back and your shoulders a nice big stretch. They've been waiting for this, huh? So reach a little bit more in both directions with your arms. Try to sink your hips back again. We'll stay here for about 10 more seconds. And then we'll switch. All right, let's come up. Go to the other side. Reaching through, stretching forward. Sink your hips down and your head down. Let's come up to sitting. Just about done. Hands on your knees. Let's just check in and see how everything is feeling. Making our circles, pulling against your knees. Exhaling forward, inhaling back, and reversing direction. And we'll finish. I'm going to be off screen, reaching for the winning lottery ticket right in front of you. And bring it back in. Take a big breath in. Let it out. Nice work today. Have a wonderful weekend. I will see you on Tuesday.